Dude, welcome back to the Juice of Sports Podcast. I'm your host, PC, and we got another great day for you. It's going to be another good one, as we always do here on the Juice of Sports Podcast. Dynamic duo back in action. You know, those other two guys, we don't know with Case Stelton, this is his 10-day contract. He's definitely using up those days. And Howard will get to specifically what he's been up to. He might check in later. But Mayman from way out west, how's it going? How's the week going? Everything of that nature.
Good stuff on the
Howard
Western front, I guess I would say. I just had the volume up, so I was screaming. Sorry, guys.
How's it going?
Very
How's the week
excited.
going?
Like, donate, subscribe. We have a great episode. We've got spring training for baseball. That's going on. We got college basketball. That's really in the thick of things. Duke made Virginia look silly, and Virginia would be the number 2 school in the Big 12. We'll get into that. We'll get into that. And UFC, Brandon Moreno got the loss in.
Kavanaugh looks really good.
It was okay. I mean, you also had Bunez winning that fight, so we'll get into that. We got a lot of stuff to get into. Another great episode. I mean, whatever, man. Zellhuber has lost back-to-back to 40-plus-year-olds. Motherfuckers just turned into the next Paulo Costa.
Oh, man. That was awesome. But
exciting stuff. Mayman from way out west is here once again. Exciting stuff on the Western front. Was there anything else I wanted to say in the beginning? I don't think so. Take it away.
Yeah, no, for sure. We've just been hanging out here, week by week. Things are going by. Lots of our football stuff has kind of gone on a little bit. We can talk quickly if you want through some of that combine stuff. We saw some pretty good run. Jeremiah Love had a really good 40 time, I heard.
Oh, my gosh. 18 steps and 40 yards is a 4.40.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. You got to get there. I don't know. I didn't watch too much about it. If you have stuff you want to cover on that specifically. I mean, I'm not too into that football as much as you are.
Well, okay, so the combine is an important thing, mostly for the meetings and mostly for the medicals. That's why Mendoza's there. Now, yeah, there's a guy who will run faster than people expected him to run, and he'll end up creating generational wealth for his family, right? You got a Xavier Worthy who's like, oh, maybe a second or third round pick. Oh, he broke the 40 record. Now he's a first round pick, no question. So that is the cool part about it. But I do think that the combine is a little overblown when it comes to some things. We'll see if Nick Howard gets on. He had a little bit to say about Taylon Green, the quarterback, formerly of Buffalo. Where'd he end his career? I think he was just at Arkansas. So he was a pretty athletic quarterback, I guess is the way to say it, in college. And he had such a good 40 that people are kind of coding it in a certain way that it makes it sound like he should maybe switch positions. And I think if you're at the combine as a quarterback, I mean, right, Bill Polian said the same thing as Lamar. I'm not saying this kid is Lamar. He certainly is not. He's far from it. But we have guys like Anthony Richardson, J.J. McCarthy. We have a bunch of guys who are trying to make that leap from college to the NFL. And it's a very tough leap, especially at the quarterback position. And being an athlete shouldn't hurt your case in being a quarterback. Yeah. I think it should help your case in most scenarios, right? Mendoza weighed in. He's a lot bigger than people thought. I think he was 6'4", 3/4 and 236, somewhere around there. So it's a big, stout quarterback. Ty Simpson, Pavia, we'll see, man. I mean, I don't know where
he'll find his way on a roster.
In the Canadian Football League? I mean,
the quarterback swag. You always need those guys.
I don't know, but he's not even like a who's the kid? Tommy Cutlets. He's not even like a Tommy Cutlets, really. We'll see. The quarterbacks, you got to wait and see. Drew Aller weighed in and threw. He looked like a beast. Maybe we're looking at that mid to late rounds for the Jets, Penn State quarterback. Then you had guys who on the defensive side in the skill position side who looked really good. I think the special teamers went off today. I didn't watch that. But we've got, as far as here, let's pull up some numbers right here. Full results right here. Some guys ran really good at the 40. Brandon Thompson was the number one guy. Brennan Thompson, wide receiver out of Mississippi State, 4.26. Lorenzo Styles Jr., the safety out of Ohio State, the other safety out of Ohio State, he ran a 4.27. We had some fast linebackers out of Ohio State as well. We can mention Sonny Styles, who made his transition from safety to linebacker. And then defensive end, you have Avril Reese. You also have David Bailey, and he's a little farther down here than I originally thought. Where? Oh, he must have not ran. It doesn't look like Bain ran, but Bailey did. 4.5 speeds, really good coming off the edge. Avril Reese at 4.4. Really good stuff there. Wide receiver, Deion Burks was a burner, sub 4.3. Xavier Thomas, wide receiver out of LSU. We knew he was a burner. He had some issues with drops and pretty much just playing time for the most part at LSU. He's a track star for sure. Zach Branch at Georgia, he's a burner. Brazel out of Tennessee. He was kind of almost a contested catch guy for me. Him running in the 4.3s is really good for his career. We did have a pretty slow 40 time out of Carnell Tate at Ohio State. Yeah. I don't think that really affects anything for the most part. Like the tape is the tape is the tape. You got to respect the tape. If your opinion changes too much about a guy over the combine, that means you didn't have that big of an opinion about him in the first place.
Yeah.
It shouldn't change stuff. It's a good opportunity. It's the Underwear Olympics. I mean, it's a good opportunity to get a view on how these guys move, how they react in certain things. But really, like I said at the beginning of this, the most important thing is the interviews and the medicals. A lot of interviews happened. The Jets interviewed a bunch of guys at the top of the board. Obviously, picking number 2, they're going to have their choice of just about anybody
after combine stuff. Who are you looking at now as
at 2? I think we're going defense. I think we're going defense at 2. We just traded away Jermaine Johnson to the Tennessee Titans. We got a defensive tackle. We traded away an edge rusher. Tavondre Sweat is now a Jet. I guess we're going to go defense. I don't know if it's going to be an edge guy or the safety in Caleb Downs. I think Downs would be a good pick. I think Reese would be a good pick. I think Bailey would be a good pick. And I also think Bain would be a good pick.
Yeah,
I trust in the Jets.
I'm hoping Bain kind of slips down to us. That's who I want if he'd slip that far.
You guys are at 10?
I don't think he'll slip that far.
I don't think so either. I think the guys that I
think Love goes to the Saints before us, pick before us anyways.
Love might have a chance. I mean, the Titans are even thinking about Love now. That would be your best chance.
Yeah.
I think the Saints are going to go offense.
Yeah, that's why I don't think, even if Love is there, I don't think he
We can look at the draft board.
Because Caleb Downs would be nice as well, but I don't think he'll be there.
No, he won't be available. No chance. So we're looking at the Jets at 2. They have their pick. Arizona could go either way. They probably don't go Love, but they could go a receiver or maybe even a edge rusher or Downs if Downs is still there. Jets are really in the best spot. They get to pick whoever they want, and they're not going to go Love. Brees is going to be tagged. Maybe they trade down with Arizona. Both of Arizona's quarterbacks, who are both under contract next year, Kyler Murray and Jacoby. Why am I forgetting his name? Jacoby Brissett have been linked with the Jets. So maybe the Jets trade down one, give Arizona the choice, and Jets pick up a little bit more with a quarterback. Tennessee, they could go either way with either receiver or defensive player. I think the Giants probably go defensive player unless a receiver hasn't gone yet and they get their pick of their guys.
Yeah, Downs could go there.
Downs could go there. I don't think Downs – Downs isn't getting past Washington, I don't think.
No.
If Downs is still there at Washington, that means that too many guys went and Washington had to go with Downs.
Yeah.
But Downs is a really good player. I think he's at least top 5. So if he slips to 7, I don't think there's a chance that Washington skips on him.
Yeah.
Cleveland could really go either way. I could even see something weird with a quarterback situation with Cleveland. But as far as the players are concerned, I feel like edge is kind of the top end. I think there's some good corners as well. There's been some stuff said about the corners, but corners and we'll have this conversation. We had this conversation a year ago, just about, and just recently in the group chat about kind of college teams and NBA level prospect. How you play in college football isn't necessarily how you're going to play in the NFL.
Yeah.
So some of these guys are just like you're trying to grab the ball of clay and mold them into your own player. And sure, when they have a good NFL career, then LSU will claim him. But just because he played third downs in a 6 DB look for LSU his junior year, and then decided to run in the 40 and get drafted in the third round, doesn't mean that he was the best LSU corner that ever lived. That's kind of the thing with the NFL and that jump. I mean, Tom Brady split time with a freshman his senior year at Michigan, and he ended up being the greatest quarterback of all time, being drafted in the 6th round. We have Brock Purdy right now being a Mr. Irrelevant, making things.
And
Yeah,
really
and
good plays too. But yeah.
yeah. I mean, as far as the
Make it
money's
to the
concerned,
NFC
all these
Championship
guys
all the
are
time,
going to
yeah.
be
Yeah.
making a bunch of money. Not as much as the owners are making, but with the collective bargaining is going on, and they're going to get a new NFLPA. JC Treader, he's one of the finalists. He's a really smart cat, former center. Yeah, so a lot of good stuff. Chris Johnson out of San Diego State, he ran 4.4 as a corner. That's exciting for the Mountain West and next year the Pac-12. So we'll see how that happens. But you got to see the bench, you got to see the vertical, all this stuff. You had a couple guys jump out of the gym, Sonny Styles. But like I was saying, if this changes your opinion too much, then you probably didn't have too good of a look to begin with on these guys. Excited to see what these guys do. This is kind of the first step. Now my Madden 25 draft classes will be updated.
Nice.
So I'll be
we'll definitely
excited for that.
get a mock draft for it here coming up here in some time.
Yeah, pretty soon. Yeah, we got a lot of good sports.
Basketball is picking up to March Madness. Hey, it's already in the air.
The winter has just gotten over. We're getting really into the nitty gritty now. I'm excited.
Into the real seasons for sure. But I can smell it in the air. I can feel it in the air. The March Madness fever is suddenly coming on us it is March 1st today. Great basketball throughout this week. Great basketball heading into the next 3 weeks. One of my favorite times of the entire sporting calendar coming up here shortly. Let's talk some hoops here. We're going to start the Big 12. We are going to start with Kansas. They had 2 games. One game, they looked like a Final Four national championship contending team. Somebody that could actually compete. They beat Houston. They beat them 69-56 in a completely dominant fashion. Darren Peterson didn't play that well, as again he didn't play well in the second game as well. But Trey White really got it going, 3 for 4 from 3. He had 23 points. And it was just really good defensively. Houston couldn't hit in the ocean. They were they're 20% from 3 and only shot 30% from the floor. But then you have that great game, and you're on a hot streak now. You beat Houston. You might be looking at at the top end of the 3 line, maybe the 2 line. And then you go into Arizona, huge game. Darren Peterson. Let's show up here. Let's do something, and they get killed. And it was like, at the beginning they were getting killed, and they made it close. Like a 2-point game at one point, and then Arizona had a huge run again. They had a 21-0 run in that first half, and then had a 17-0 run in that second half, and really just blew the roof off there in Tucson, Arizona. Darren Peterson, when you need him to show up, he went 8 for 21, 3 for 8 from 3. That's not gonna do it. I don't know if it's like they don't know how to play together or what, but it's just so wishy-washy. It's like they'll be a 3 seed probably looking right now. They have 2 games that, as long as they win these 2 games, they should win. It's against Colorado, who's not any good, and K-State, who's even worse. But going into this tournament, it'll be really interesting to see exactly what happens there. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see specifically on Kansas. Other spots in...
They suck.
Yeah, that's always your opinion on them, though. It doesn't matter if they're good or not. Texas Tech beat Iowa State. It was a pretty big win. Texas Tech without their number one player.
I'm going to say it again, and you're going to shit on the SEC coming up in a little bit.
You're right, because they suck.
If you just remove the team names when you talk about the Big 12 and the SEC, you're saying the same thing.
No,
you're saying the same thing.
No.
It's two conferences just beating the shit out of each other. And just because they have little numbers by their name, we think that they're good. Arizona's the number one team. Now BYU has to be the number one team.
The SEC has no
that's the thing is that they didn't have the number. I don't know if the Big 12 does, though.
Yeah, they do.
I don't know if the Big 12 does.
Arizona, yes, is a national championship contender.
What is Arizona's floor?
Floor?
Elite
8.
You couldn't see them losing in the Sweet 16?
Not the way they're playing.
There's not a bad matchup.
Not really, unless somebody gets insanely hot from 3, but everybody's going to lose that.
Yeah, what if it was St. Louis and they're fucking banging threes? Wouldn't that be a perfect fucking Cinderella matchup right there?
Yeah, but not an Arizona team. An Arizona team that has continually won against top-end teams all the time. It was actually looking great with Koa Pete back, who is their best player. Burries actually looks great from 3, and they're not a three-point shooting team. That's 100% correct, and it kind of feels like a flaw. But Burries has honestly played really well and shot 35% from 3 now on the year and can make threes. He's been that three-point catalyst for that team, that piece that's missing, that I feel like that team is legit. I think
they lost to Kansas without Darren Peters. Like, that is an actual thing that happened.
Yeah, you're right. And that's not a great loss. I mean, KU's not a bad team, though. That was when they were in the streaky, and it's an Allen Fieldhouse where they don't lose. I mean, you can make so many justifications
except for this year.
This year they've only lost.
This year they have
they've lost. They've lost there once. I'm pretty sure it's only been once.
And it wasn't Arizona.
No, it was no, they lost twice because they lost to Cincinnati there. So they've lost twice there this year.
And it wasn't Arizona.
No, wait, just kidding. It's once. It was just Cincinnati.
Which was a bad one.
That is a bad loss. You're right. But like Chiefs have bad losses.
So let me fill in for K Stelt here. You're saying Cincinnati's better than Arizona.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Not even close. Not even close. Arizona's a national championship contending team because Koa Pete is incredible. Their big man and their rebounding capabilities with Awaka and what's the guy's name?
I've been losing to Kansas and Texas Tech. I mean, that was back to back.
Yeah, but Texas Tech had JT Toppin, and they were looking like a national championship contending team.
And Kansas
Krivas and Awaka. I mean, they're really good inside.
But that's the thing is that they're all beating each other. Like, right, the Duke thing, like, buzzer beater loss to Michigan State, buzzer beater loss to UNC. Like, there is a way to kind of chop that up. The Kansas and the Texas Tech loss, like, okay, sure, maybe that was a bad weekend or whatever. You can kind of chop that up. I guess we'll have to see the Big 12 tournament. I guess if they blow up the Big 12 tournament, then I'll say, okay, Arizona. But there can't be two. I mean, right, these national contending teams, we got to boil it down. And I think that this Big 12, now maybe Arizona is a bad example, but when we talk about these teams like Texas Tech and Kansas and Iowa State, who like, and BYU.
They're on a level lower than BYU lost this week too. Yeah,
but then we're gonna bash the SEC for basically the same level of play.
No, because I don't see the SEC as having any national championship teams.
But I'm saying, remove Arizona.
Houston plays incredible defense, and Samson has continued to show that way. They
play close against Syracuse, and Syracuse might be the worst basketball team in the country right now.
Well, everybody has their bad days unless your name is Duke.
But that's the thing. That's what I'm saying, is that the Big 12 maybe isn't like what we're – just because they started the season with these fucking numbers next to them, and they've all beat each other, and they can't move down too much. We're not going to
know that for sure until the tournament. But anyways, I get what you're saying. Like, they're beating up on each other. It's not maybe as great of teams because they're doing that. Well, let's have to wait till the tournament. I think that
it's pretty obvious that UVA is the second best ACC school. Maybe you could kind of put UNC right in there with them.
But there's nobody else at that level. There is Duke, there is UVA, and then there's.
But that's what I'm saying is that UVA and UNC, if they were in the Big 12 they'd probably win the SEC, and they'd probably be second or third in the Big 12.
In the ACC, if Virginia.
Vashon Island versus Rainier Beach basketball. Appreciate the shout out. Yeah, Tyron Stokes going down, baby.
Yeah, he's
We're gonna see them boys. We're gonna see the Vashon boys come to the Rock. Come see me at the Rock.
Merry Christmas. No, I mean Virginia. I don't think they beat Arizona. I don't think they beat Houston.
Kansas, BYU, Texas Tech, Iowa State. I mean,
Texas Tech on a good day, but they without JT Toppin. Well, yeah. I think Kansas on a good day. So yeah, about 5. Yeah, somewhere around there, the 4-5 range.
all right. We'll see.
Hey, it's
We'll
all
see.
the ACC is a lot better than they were last year.
I can't wait for Georgia Tate to meet the Sweet 16, and you're gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Hey, you know what? That's what March Madness is for, honestly. I want my team to win, but
Chad Baker Mazzara is finally hanging up his fucking
yeah,
basketball
whatever,
shoes.
dude. Yeah, he's like, oh, I transferred, I got an extra year, got my 6th year, I'm gonna go to USC. They're not even gonna make the tournament. Yeah, it's interesting. So speaking of the Big Ten, that's pretty crazy that he just left.
Is
USC.
Bryce James playing minutes for Arizona?
Nope, he is redshirting because there's so many good kids there that he's just redshirting this year. It's just sitting on the bench. Big things in the Big Ten. Purdue lost back-to-back. They lost to Michigan State in a really close battle, but then they got shredded today by Ohio State. Purdue's big men are kind of feels like it's like honestly Purdue and Kansas kind of feel like the same basketball team. I feel like when they're on, they're like really good, but when they're off, it's like they could lose in the round of 32. Like just get upset somewhere where they shouldn't get upset. Really interesting there. We'll see if they can bounce back from that. Let me see who else they got left on the schedule. Purdue,
I think there's only 2 games before the conference.
Yeah, there's only 2 games left. It's like the conference tournaments will actually start up relatively
This week?
soon. Yeah. Here they are.
WBC this week too.
Yep. They have Northwestern and Wisconsin, which Wisconsin is actually pretty good. They should be fine. They're ranked in their standings. They are 1, 2, 3. They're 5th. So they don't have the double bye going into their conference championship. I don't know. We'll see.
Is there any good West Coast teams on the Big Ten?
No, they all kind of suck. UCLA might make it right now. I think I saw in Lenardi's thing that they're one of the last 4 in. But all the other ones are not very good.
Will Cal or Stanford make it for the ACC?
Cal is a potential. Stanford will not. But Cal is like kind of one of those maybe iffy teams. They beat SMU this week, which was a pretty good.
They had that ACC stat, and Duke did it this year, and I think like UNC did it 2 years ago or something, like the first year. But like, there's no one that swept that West Coast trip.
Yeah.
So that's got to be tough.
Yeah, I have to go over there, and the time change, and yeah, it's got to be rough. Michigan and Illinois both win convincingly. They are probably the 2 best teams, then Nebraska in the Big Ten. I don't think there's anybody better in the Big Ten than Michigan. Michigan's up there on that national championship level caliber, up there with the Duke Blue Devils, but they lost in a close head-to-head. That's why they play the basketball game, but they're going to be really good. Last thing, slate on us, we're Iowa fans, Isaiah and all of them, they had a pretty bad loss to Penn State. They are still in. They're looking at a 9 seed right now, so hopefully they can win a few more games and make it into the tournament and maybe surprise some people and play like a bum Iowa State team or something like that. The SEC. Florida beat down Arkansas pretty convincingly, 111 to like 74. Just an absolute domination by Thomas Houck and Alex Condon, and their guards are getting to go. So they look like they're really getting ready for this tournament. I'll eat some of my words saying that they're not a good basketball team. They are a good basketball team. I don't think they're national championship contenders. I just don't. We'll see when they play, when they play other people outside their league. But again, same argument that P4 had earlier today with the Big 12, how you try to compare it. It is what it is. I just don't feel like Florida's a national championship contending team. I think their guards are unreliable. But had a really good win. And, maybe they can build it through and continue to be good. Other things out of the SEC, some of their top teams kind of went down. Tennessee lost to Mizzou and then lost to Alabama. They're totally out of my rankings. They are such a wishy-washy basketball team. They're worse. They're like Kansas last year, where it's like they're going to make the tournament as like a 5 seed, and you're going to see like, oh, that's like an easy 12-5 upset over that team. Ahmed's really good there, but they're up and down, and maybe the SEC is really good, and they'll prove that me wrong in the tournament, and SEC does really well, and I'm just don't know what I'm talking about because I'm not a real analyst over here. But you know what? It is what it is. Like I'm going to stick to my guns, stick to my whistles. The SEC is not that good. Kentucky beat Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt was supposed to be like number 4 seed here at the beginning of January. They're now like 9-8 in the SEC. They are not very good. They are going to make the tournament. They're going to be on that sneaky 5 line, maybe that 6 line that you say like an 11 seed. Might overtake, but they do have some really good talent there. Kentucky trying to fight their way into the tournament. And then, by the way, we were talking about this in the group chat. Auburn was in the tournament. They just lost to Ole Miss. They're 15-14. Do you still have Auburn in the playoff in the bracket? There's no way. Like, there's no. You're 15-14. There's like no way. This SEC bias needs to go away. We get it.
What if they win the SEC championship?
Oh, really? They're obviously in the tournament. But they just lost to Ole Miss. Ole Miss is...
Hey, fucking Duke won the ACC in college football, and they didn't make it. That's horseshit.
Yeah, well, guess what? That rule got changed, so maybe I have...
And now Metz is leaving. Thanks a lot.
Speaking of Duke, they convincingly beat Virginia at Cameron Indoor. It's like going to Allen Fieldhouse. They're going to win there no matter what, but they did put on a dominating performance. We had this discussion. I think we'll have the discussion since we're both on the same side on this. We might as well. The other two can't be here.
No, you know what? I'm even willing to go further and say fucking Malik Brown is going to be a better NBA player than Conker Nipple. Say not only do we, Sar's going to be better than Kyrie.
Be way better
like yeah. Oh my god! Like, not only am I going to take this argument, I'm going to double down and say you guys are. Oh my god!
Cameron Boozer is actually
he's going to be the Wilt Chamberlain.
Better than Cooper Flag.
Oh my! He's getting better than Jokic. In rookie year, he's going to average 20, 20, 20.
The gun butt is just basically
oh my god, dude.
Hey,
you remember Dwight Howard on the Magic?
Hey, this podcast is always. This is everybody's opinion on this. It's just what it is.
God.
Good
wow.
win though. They don't
PC
play.
being pro Duke. Who would have thunk it?
I'm not pro Duke, but
that's exactly what you are.
You can't go against like.
You could. Team. Yes, you can.
I can root against them, but like, what's the like? Like, yeah, I hope they lose, but like, I can't deny that they're a good basketball team. That's like saying,
oh yeah, the other day,
I don't like that the sky's blue, so it's not blue. What?
Oh, it's too blue. He said that Shire might be a better coach than Krzyzewski.
At the end of his career, if he keeps going the trajectory, yeah, you can see it, but...
You know how happy that makes me?
Not
tell me that I have the best coach in college basketball history. Maybe wouldn't, whatever, right?
You have the guy.
This next guy, probably even better. Well, I mean, how fucking awesome of a fucking scenario
Duke
is that?
Duke has their coach for the next 30 years. He's only 35.
Oh my gosh. 30, fucking 40, 50, 60. You're going to be on your deathbed and Shire's still going to be winning championships for the Duke. And he's not like one of these guys.
Maybe that'll become his characteristic.
In fucking 3, I love this. How you're like, the trajectory. Oh, but in 3 years, he only fucking lost to the Final Four twice. So that means he's bad. I mean, yeah, fuck. Final Four twice in 3 years? I mean, pretty good.
I don't know about that. I mean, like, it's, I guess.
I'm sure you would love it if he was 3 for 3 on national titles.
No, yeah.
Then you'd really be excited right now.
Really happy. I think I would be the happiest person in the world. I'd just be like,
this podcast would just be me.
I think this jersey might just be switched at that point. Be like, you know what?
Oh my god.
That is unbelievable. That even fathom that would happen. Oh my God.
Dudes of
Oh,
Sports ICL.
we love sports here.
Oh,
Uh,
oh yeah, love sports.
Duke, really good basketball team. They have North Carolina at home. They should be fine. They'll probably demolish them because it's a get back game after losing on a buzzer beater. But yeah, we'll have to
Oh
wait and
yeah,
see. I got my rankings
yeah.
for you. Real quick, starting down at 25, I have BYU after a really bad loss there. They moved down
Oh,
there.
imagine that bad loss, but we'll still keep you in.
Yeah,
Big 12 bias,
yeah.
whatever.
Tennessee's
You
totally
couldn't
out.
find a Big 12 school or a fucking
Louisville's at
SEC school to put
24.
in there.
They had a really bad loss, but I kept them in because they're all right. Miami's at 23. Vandy 22. St. Mary's, hello, after a big win over Gonzaga. By the way, I'm always on this Gonzaga wheel, and they always disappoint me. What's going on over there? Like they like can win basketball games, but I guess can't
I
win
haven't
basketball
spent
games.
much time in Spokane, but I'd like to go out there for a game. Are they getting a March Madness thing again? Don't they usually play like an opening round out there?
I think so. There's
Maybe I'll
something
try to do
definitely
that.
out there.
That'd be cool.
Miami, Ohio, still undefeated, by the way. Should make. Do you see them make
Miami and no.
Miami, Ohio. Let me go through.
No, you're not supposed to say that. Didn't they release a thing like the school? They're like, don't call us Miami of Ohio. You can call us Miami,
Okay.
University of Miami.
University of Miami.
Because Miami, in Florida is the U. They're Miami University.
So the Miami University is Miami, Ohio, and the University of Miami because it's the U, right? You would think. I don't know. They're undefeated. They're at 20. North Carolina at 19. Hey, wow! I've actually got some ACC teams in here. Unbelievable.
So can you name an NFL player from the Miami of Ohio?
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
What? He didn't go there. I think he went to Miami.
Ray Lewis.
No, Miami of Ohio.
Oh. No, I can't.
There's a Hall of Famer. I don't know if he got in the Hall of Fame yet, but he will be.
I don't know.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh, yeah, did not know that. Virginia, or St. John's at 18, Virginia 17, Gonzaga moves all the way down to 16 with that pretty bad.
Well, where was Virginia last week?
Virginia last week was, let me go back and look, actually. I think it was like 19.
Okay. I want to make sure you didn't drop them because they were 12 on the AP poll. I know you're not in lockstep with them, and that's what.
But I do. No, they're at 17, and I just didn't move them up.
Okay.
But
Fair enough. But they shouldn't move down because they
No. They're at the same spot. Gonzaga's there. Arkansas at 15 after getting blown out to Florida. KU stays at 14 because the good win against Houston, bad loss to Arizona doesn't go anywhere. Purdue with those losses bring them all the way down to 13. Texas Tech beat Iowa State, moves them up a little bit to 12. Alabama had a big win over Tennessee this week. That kind of bumps them to 11. Michigan State at 10 after they beat Purdue. Illinois stays consistent at 9. Florida moves all the way up to 8. Iowa State moves down a little bit to 7. Nebraska at 6. And then my top 5, I do have UConn. Houston at 4. Arizona at 3. Michigan at 2. And Duke is your number 1 team going into March.
I'm surprised you didn't move them down because they didn't beat Virginia close.
No, you don't have to necessarily do that every time, but just demonstrating that you can beat them in close games, then that works. But they did actually.
Beat Michigan kind of close.
They beat them in a really tough game. Yeah, it was a good win. All right, you want to talk about your World Baseball Classic and spring training stuff? Is that what you want to get into?
I mean, we could do another 45 an hour on Duke.
I don't know if we can really cover that long. There's not much to talk about, honestly.
Oh, damn. Wait. Who's the white boy? Who's the new white boy? I keep on forgetting how to pronounce his name.
We don't need to get into this.
Yes, we do. We're a sports show.
Yeah, about
so excited. I mean, am I even going to get good value?
Are we going into Kansas?
I can't wait. He's a Darren Peterson type. Isaiah Evans, insane. Malik Brown, insane. Caden Boozer, insane. Darren Harris, baller. Caleb Foster, baller. Hamina. Nicholas Hamina.
Who's that?
He's the white boy.
Oh.
Baller. He I think it's Hamina.
Do you even know the guy's name?
Well, Billis says it sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Hamina, he kills it. Ngungba kills it. SAR, baller. Sheffield, baller. These guys don't really play, but this guy's from Nigeria. He's a senior. He's 6'11". I'm glad he's getting an education at the best institution of learning on the Eastern
Talk
Seaboard.
about the World Baseball Classic. We're done talking about Duke. We already hyped them up enough.
Cameron Boozer, best player in college basketball.
God, I
All
can't
right.
wait till we go to brackets where we can just go. Yours are going to be the easiest for you. It's going to be Duke, 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 Duke.
Speaking of brackets, can you quickly upload from your phone to like Google Drive or something? Can you share the Dudes in Sports brackets of this?
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe I can. But we did the tournament challenge for the World Baseball Classic. It's exciting. So we've got a couple of pools. I'll explain how this whole ordeal works, and we can talk about it. Maybe I'll just share my screen, huh? Think that's possible? Probably. Entire screen, I guess so. Screen 2. Let's go for it. Okie dokie. We got Pool A, that's in San Juan. We got Canada, Colombia, Cuba, Panama, and Puerto Rico. Pool B, Brazil, Great Britain, Italy, Mexico, USA. Pool C, Tokyo, Australia, Chinese Taipei, aka Taiwan, Czechia, Japan, Japan, and Korea. And then Pool D, which is in Miami, is Dominican Republic, Israel, Netherlands, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. So let's get this back going over here. Oh, shit. All right, perfect. So the way that this works is that we're going to have a couple kind of friendly inter-scrimmage spring training games where the countries will play MLB teams, and then obviously the players that are on MLB teams will be participating with their countries. There's a long list of players in the MLB on this. There's a lot of prospects. I know Team Italy has a kid from the Mets, Nick Morbido. Very excited to see him play in the World Baseball Classic. And then Team Nicaragua has Swaggy V, Mark Vientos. Team USA has Clay Holmes and Nolan McLean. McLean, baby. We're repping the McLean. This is the first day. This is a debut of the McLean 26 jersey. Very excited to rep this. This my boy right here. He's probably going to be the best pitcher in baseball. We'll see how that goes. So we're going to have some friendly games. I think each of these teams gets 2 of them. Maybe the Tokyo's pool isn't doing that. Maybe they're playing NPB squads, because I know it's kind of weird with that time change over there. And then we're going to start pool play. That's going to start in this week. I think the first day is Tuesday. We're going to have the Tokyo pool going on. That's going to be early in the morning if you want to watch it. But everyone's going to play everyone in their pool and nobody else. And the top 2 teams of that will go on, and there will be an 8-man bracket, single game elimination, no consolation side. I think until the 3rd place game. I don't know how it works. There's something, but it's single elimination as far as going to the championship. So win 3 and you win it all. So you got to take top 2 in your pool and then win 3 games. There's kind of some heavy favorites in this. Team USA, the Dominican Republic, Japan won it in 2023. They've had some issues since then, but I still think that they're a good squad. USA, obviously. And then I guess from this side, even though it is pretty close here with Colombia, Panama, Puerto Rico, and Cuba, I mean, Canada can make a run too. They can kind of step in here with any of these teams. I think Pool A is pretty good. Pool B has the most parity with like kind of these 3 teams, I think, for the most part. Great Britain's not too bad. Brazil's missing Bo Bichette. But Team Italy and Team Mexico, I think, is going to be like the best matchup for like, okay, who's going to win this game? Because I think Team USA is going to have the pool with that first seed. Moving on to the Pool C, I think Japan is probably locked for number 1, but Taiwan is looking very good. And Korea has Jung-Ho Lee, one of my favorite MLB players to make their debut from the NPB of recently. Australia's got cool jerseys. We'll see how their team does. Pool D, we got the Dominican Republic. They're insane. The Netherlands actually won the European Championship with Didi Gregorius. I don't know if he's on the roster this year. Let's see. Infielders. Didi Gregorius is. That's awesome. So Didi Gregorius, who's been out of baseball for a few years now in the MLB, is still doing his thing for the Netherlands. There's kind of a weird thing with the Netherlands and some other places too. I think Great Britain also includes Jamaica. And then the Netherlands includes some of like the what do you call them? Netherlands are
The Dutch.
The Dutch. There's like Dutch parts of the Caribbean
Yeah.
that count for Netherlands players.
Yeah.
So thank you. Yeah, so Didi Gregorius, who was actually born in the Netherlands, and then Xander Bogaerts, who kind of hits that second thing. Ozzy Albies. They're not a bad squad either. There's a lot of good teams in this. It's a lot of good opportunities. I for one, am rooting for the underdog in Nicaragua. They've had a couple. I mean, they don't have a great squad, but they do have my boy Mark Vientos on the team, who had a couple of different places he could have went. Dusty Baker Jr. is the manager. That's awesome. So that's kind of my Cinderella, I guess, of the World Baseball Classic. Italy, obviously, is going to be my number one squad I'm rooting for. Team USA, Team Mexico. That sucks that they're all in the same pool. Those are kind of my three favorite teams, I guess. Puerto Rico, DR, excited for those teams. There isn't many Mets. Kind of the high-end ones, usually Lindor. We were used to Diaz being on the Mets and representing Puerto Rico. But we'll see. He got hurt last time, so that would be kind of funny if the Dodgers had to deal with that. But exciting stuff for the WBC. I don't know. Did we ever get here? I can just kind of pull it up.
No, I didn't. No, I tried to get it pulled up there.
All right. So PC has Puerto Rico beating Mexico in the quarterfinals, them losing to Japan, who beats Venezuela, and the DR winning it all after who is that?
The
Panama beats the U.S. and then the Czech makes it. So basically, I think my sister, who bases her March Madness bracket off of the mascots of the teams, put more thought into her bracket than PC did in this one. I wanted to put that in the group chat, but I want to save that for the pod.
What?
We got
it's
Nick,
a great bracket. I don't know what you're talking about.
Horse shit. We got Nick Howard, who's got Mexico beating Puerto Rico in the quarterfinals, Venezuela beating Japan and making it all the way to the finals, losing to the DR, who's going to win it all, beating Chinese Taipei, Taiwan in the quarterfinals, and beating U.S. in the semifinals. They are going to lose to, or they're going to beat the Dominican Republic. Sorry, not the Dominican Republic. Panama. So we got a couple Panama fans in this. I did not have Panama in mine. I put Canada in there. I'm kind of a believer in Canada. I think Canada versus the U.S. would be a cool first-round matchup as well. So I have Canada in there taking on the U.S. U.S. winning, but they lose to the DR in the semifinals, who beats Korea, and the DR eventually goes on to win it. On the other side of the bracket, I have Italy beating Puerto Rico, and them losing to Japan, and then Nicaragua beating Japan in the quarterfinal. The final will be Dominican Republic versus Japan, with the DR coming out on top.
All three DRs, not Japan's going to win.
Yep. You have Japan in the finals. Howard has Venezuela in the finals. That's his St. Louis Cardinals bias with manager Yadier Molina. That's who he hopes can save his lowly, small, actually big market Cardinals. The Cardinals market is bigger than the Mets market. They have more World Series champions than anyone not named the Yankees. They have no one to share their city with, and yet they are one of the lowliest teams in all of baseball this season. No one on their pitching staff worth mentioning. Since there is no one here to defend them, I will continue to talk smack about the Cardinals. I think MJ Melendez would be their best outfielder. I think their infielders can't figure out whether they're shortstops or second basemen. They can't play either. I'm bad at my left unless I'm at second, and then I'm bad at my right. So who knows what's going to happen with the Cardinals? I do. They stink. Moving on after the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, we got UFC.
Sharing this.
Yep.
We want to go UFC. I can talk a little bit about spring training because spring training is going on. We've got some good stuff. Your Angelo Ciente, who's on the Cardinals, we'll see if he makes the opening day roster, has done some exciting things. We have the Mets, who Nolan McLean just looks absolutely wonderful. There's a lot of young kids coming up.
Lofting
The Royals signed Starling Marte, who will be exciting bat to add for them. He'll mash lefties, but I'm not sure how they're going to look as far as their DH position, especially with Salvador Perez and Carter Jensen coming up. Jack Caglione and right. I think exciting stuff. Team Italy has Jack Caglione and Vinny Pasquantino, so I will be kind of a Royals player supporter in the next few weeks. But other than that, baseball, exciting that's coming up. We got a long season ahead of us. I mean, gosh, we got another 7 months of baseball at least, right? 7.5 months. So this is going to be awesome. We're in for the long haul. You know what? It was so beautiful today. I actually went outside and shot around on the old basketball hoop. So it's exciting that the times are that the weather's changing and all that good stuff.
Yeah, not here. It was like raining sleet here all day. It's supposed to rain all week. It's like almost like I'm in Seattle.
Yeah, awful, awful. I hate those days. I do like the greenery that comes with it, but whenever you get a sunshiny day, you gotta hit that up.
Sure.
All right, UFC.
Yup, Brandon Moreno.
Pinos beat Wes Schultz. I had Wes Schultz winning this one. You had
Pinos
two guys. This was gonna end in the first round for sure. These guys were kind of banging. Wes Schultz got up pretty quick to try to contest the stoppage, but what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Francis Marshall got the rear naked choke over Eric Silva. Good win by him, moving up on that 45 division. I don't know how much of a thing that he can make out of it, but he did get the $25K bonus.
Yeah.
Tareed gets the W. Big, kind of a fan favorite, making her UFC debut.
Yeah.
Gets the unanimous decision and the fight of the night. It was a good fight. Tareen definitely deserved the win. Good job by her. Good job by Ernesta as well. This was a good fight at 130, but Taheen coming out on top. A lot of hype behind her. Javier Reyes versus Silva de Andrade. This one was close. I mean, 4:59 in the first round. You could have let it go another second to see those guys fight in the second round. That could have been fun to see too. But Javier Reyes deserved the win. Silva was out for a second. Herb Dean was in there. It was tough because Herb didn't really step in at that King Green Zellhuber. Zellhuber took a bunch of punches at the end of that. But then he kind of stopped this one. Either way, moving on up to go. I had a Moutinho money line ticket because I was like, fuck it, maybe.
Might as well, right?
Didn't.
No, he got
I
killed.
mean, come on. I know that's all he does. He's just a fucking
smoked.
punching bag.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't want to fight him. He's a tough motherfucker.
No.
But Christian Quinones with the win, pretty obvious win, really.
Yeah.
Alin Perez gets the win over Macy Chiasson. I think Macy Chiasson had good value as the underdog, being a former title contender. But Alin Perez has really shown some good stuff at women's bantamweight. I think she's going to do some awesome stuff in this division. We'll see what they do with her. Ryan Gondra beats Jose Medina. This one was just kind of quick and over with. Kind of a cool prospect, 9-1. I guess, at middleweight, it'll be cool to see him move on. But really, what I'm excited to talk about is Santiago Luna making his UFC debut on the main card. Beating Angel Pacheco.
Pacheco actually kind of looked pretty decent, not getting knocked out.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is that Luna was making his debut. It's totally different, man. It's like making the jump to the NFL and thinking a guy's going to get three sacks in his first game.
Yeah.
It's tough fighting in the UFC.
Yeah.
Like these guys who stink, like King Green, like they're good. Santiago Luna, we were hoping for the finish here. Didn't get it, so Pacheco, I mean, gets the credit in that respect. But Luna, good job by him. Great debut. Kind of cool that he got to do that in his home state and on the main card. Imnol Rodriguez beats Kevin Barajas
He almost
by
got knocked
KO.
out there in the first round. It was
Yeah,
geez,
a little bit of
little
slippage. I mean, you
stuff,
got going
but he
on.
was stumbling. I think. I mean, I think he got rocked, and then he really settled back in and knocked out. I think this is the most impressive win on the card for me. Just got
Fair enough.
knocked
Yeah.
out. Like almost got knocked out in the first. Even if he had a little bit of slippage, right? Borjas hit him with some pretty good punches. He was able to stumble and recover. I thought he was done, dead in the water. He was going to fall down. It was going to be over.
Stayed with it.
But he stayed. He just got into that single leg, gave himself a break for 2 minutes, and then stayed in and got a knockout in the second round. It got the really good knockout. So I thought it was really impressive, honestly. I'd like to see him fight somebody like pretty like a lot better. I mean, Borjas is good. He did a really good job.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
25
He's
is
kind
such
of
a big
he's now on
division.
no he's now found himself on my radar to watch for like his next fights. I'm excited.
And that should be exciting in the 25 division. He gets a performance of the night. I'm not sure if he gets the finish and the performance of the night. Is that 75 then? You get the 50 plus the 25.
I think so.
We'll
Yeah.
see. Edgar Chairez beats Felipe Bunez. I think it was pretty obvious.
Dude, are you
Bunez.
really?
I'm really positive. I think the first round you give it to Bunez maybe because he had the back control.
Second round went to him too, though. He stopped all of his
Second
takedown
round went to
attempts.
Chairez. Yeah, but
What else did he do, though?
ripping shots to the body. He was
Yeah, that
boxing
was
the
in the
bloody
third
head
round.
off him.
In the third round, yeah, he won the third.
In the third round for sure, but also
He
in the
won.
second
He
round.
won. Yeah,
I
but
mean, he was even doing
I
stuff
thought Bunez
from
had more damage in the
with
second
Bunez
round.
on his back. Now he did get him bleeding. That was for sure.
I thought
But-
Bunez fought the better fight, but I mean, I can see why Edgar won. Like, I'm not saying that. I just thought that Bunez did enough to sneak out the win, but it's also in Mexico, so like, what do I even think?
Yeah, Bunez. I mean, that BJJ shit. Like, they're not going
Yeah.
to give you a decision over that.
Do you think that has a? Does that matter? Like, if it's in like Mexico or like in Rio
Who
for
the fuck
Brazilian?
knows what Sal D'Amato is looking at when he is judging fights?
Okay, King Green.
King Green gets the win over Daniel Zellhuber. Like we mentioned at the top of the show, back-to-back losses by 40-year-olds. Zellhuber was such an interesting, fun prospect. He's just turning into a 55 Paulo Costa.
Yeah.
King Green, just patented King Green. He looked like the King Green of old, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I just like.
I mean,
dodging and waiting.
52. He's had 52 pro fights, man.
He's almost 40. He's 39, but yeah. It's got to be at some point you got to hang it up. But hey, good win. I was happy you won, man. That's hype.
Yeah, how much you win? What'd you get those
I only
odds
put
at?
it was only 5. I got 15 though.
Plus 300,
Yeah.
plus 200,
Plus 300.
plus 300. All right,
Yeah.
walked out of the place.
Yeah, I
with
didn't
20
do
bucks.
bad. I went 2-1. I lost this one. I thought Cheeto was gonna pull off the upset too over Martinez.
Yeah, Cheeto's tough, but he's almost kind of like this little better Moutinho plus, where he really just takes a beating, man.
Yeah.
And David Martinez looked good.
He did.
He moves on up to
He
14
won. He
and
won
1.
that fight for sure. Like he was way more aggressive.
Absolutely.
The little jumpy like that shit's got to be so annoying to fight against somebody that's just gonna jump up and circle the
Just a
entire
little
time.
gnat.
And then like when you try and step in his
Endless
attack, he's
energy.
just dink dink dink, and then he just starts running again. It's like, dude, oh my god. But good fight.
Yeah, and beating Cheeto Vera, that's going to move you up in the bantamweight division
for
right
sure.
now, for sure. Leonard Kavanaugh gets a win over Brandon Moreno.
Kavanaugh looked good.
Yeah, he weathered the storm very well. I thought Moreno had a good game plan. He was doing good boxing. Kavanaugh was just doing too much while Moreno was waiting. That's just kind of the issue there. He got the
He tried to
performance
counter
of the
fight,
night.
but he couldn't like counter anything. Like Kavanaugh got through on some real clean shots.
He did, and it's tough to deal with.
I think
guys
Moreno
when-
won. Like I think it was the second round where he kind of dominated, but the other ones went to Kavanaugh.
Yeah, and you could. I think the fourth, maybe even the third, kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
I think Moreno picked it up. I think the first obviously went to Loner, and then Moreno was ripping to the body too. It looked a little bit like the
But
Chairez
man,
fight.
Moreno's calf was gross. From
That
his
was after the
calf to-
first.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Even
quick
in the third,
that
bro,
he
you
was
could
able
see
to
him
take
like
advantage.
start limping. Like I think it was the third or the fourth, like one more.
And
calf
not
kick.
having a southpaw option where he can switch his feet.
That's brutal.
Yeah, and you just got to stand there and take it.
Yeah. Good win, though.
We'll see what happens with Moreno. Yeah,
And the
good win
flyweight.
from
What do you got?
Loner.
Flyweight there. Let's see.
I
What would
guess he
be
can move up
somebody?
quite a bit, but
Because he wasn't ranked. So you could fight a guy like who's like another
he just made his
gatekeeper.
debut not too long ago.
I mean, you could fight like a Bruno Silva or a Charles Johnson.
I guess you could, but isn't that a step down from a Moreno?
It is, but I mean, I guess you're trying to fight. Oh, Tim Elliott's perfect.
I guess. Yeah.
Because that's that gatekeeper.
Then he could just beat him. I'd like to put him against like a Boost and then just watch a Boost take him apart.
Yeah, that'd be.
That does it for this week. Next week's a good one. We got the BMF on the line.
I'm excited. I just one of these guys has to lose, and you hope it's in a knockout.
They let Bellato out of the Apex, Jong-Yo Lee, Rafael Tobias, Jesus Aguilar, Cody Durden, Ricky Turcios, Dante Johnson versus Cody Brendan should be fun. Cody Garbrandt's on the card. Gregory Rodriguez versus Bruno Ferreira should be a fun one. Drew Dober versus Michael Johnson, Rob Font versus Raul Rosas Jr., Caio Baraujo versus Renier de Ritter, and the BMF main event, Holloway Oliveira. I mean, this is just a kind of a banger card. Nice job by the UFC. Other UFC news, light heavyweight. It looks like Alex Pieta has given up the belt, and they're going to have Yuri Prohaska versus Carlos Olberg fight for the light heavyweight title. I don't know what that means necessarily. Maybe Alex Pieta versus John Jones for the interim heavyweight championship.
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh, we're wrapping it up.
We're literally wrapping it up, and that's when you get on.
Cardinals stink.
Yeah, that's why I thought with the Hall of Famer that's remembered going and freezing on a Wainwright curveball as a Met. Carlos Beltran, by the way. You know, it's okay, little brother. It's okay.
Yeah, we talked about it. It's the one of the biggest markets in baseball, and yet they're probably going to be one of the lowest.
Yeah, you know, it's tough to not get the grimace call and hawk to a girl to come to our games all the time and try and make us relevant and sign Tim Tebow, you know. Only the tough ones and the little guys in New York.
I don't know what the issue is. Worked in the 70s. Now we're little brother.
Guess winning baseball, you know, it's a big thing.
Start letting
apparently not anymore.
Baseball, the Cardinals came super irrelevant.
Yeah.
Racist city.
Yeah, New York. Yeah, St. Louis.
Anybody that's not white play baseball. That's the Cardinals.
Ay. We doing
final
thoughts? I apologize. Well, you know, I guess we are talking. I want to talk a little bit about World Baseball Classic. I don't know if my mic is like insanely loud. No, it's not. But yeah, you know, just final thoughts. I guess I do like the Venezuela team this year. Dominican Republic is obviously, I think, the really daunting task.
It doesn't have to do anything with their manager.
What?
Why do you like Venezuela? Does it have anything to do with their manager?
Why do I like Venezuela? I like Jackson Churio. Acuna's coming back, and I'm interested to see what he does in the game. If they start Contreras, I think they got a really good team that they pretty much have all around. Andres Jimenez is a great shortstop. You got William Contreras at catcher. I mean, they got a lot of good bats, man. And I mean, if their pitching puts it all together, watch out. That's a championship team potentially right there.
Eugenio Suarez is starting third baseman. Talk about him.
He's not starting third baseman. Why would he start over Michael Franco?
Michael Garcia?
Michael Garcia, exactly.
I saw Michael Garcia was the starting shortstop, and they have Tovar.
That's Andres Jimenez.
No, I saw Jimenez. Sorry, yes, that's right. Jimenez at second, Garcia at short, and Suarez at third. That was the lineup that I saw.
At second, according to Sean Spalding, who is very close, it would be Gleyber Torres at second.
That's what I thought too.
We shall see. I do like the team, though. I think that they are a big championship potential. And I'm not a big fan of Japan. A lot of Japan fans are pretty upset that they're trying to get the best bats in the lineup and not necessarily worry about fielding. So, yeah, that is interesting to me to see how that turns out. But I think Venezuela could be dark horses. It is concerning that Mexico only has technically 2 starting pitchers in their lineup. I would like to see them at least pass the pool stage, but other than that, it will be scary hours. So we shall see.
Dope.
And Purdue sucks.
Yeah, Purdue does suck. We talked about that too. Maybe if we're West, you want to say your final thoughts, even though we have a whole hour here?
Yeah, that's just about it. Like, donate, subscribe, share with your friends. We have a couple comments in the chat. We have Titans are ass and Eugenio hit 50 homers last year.
I think that's
why
all
didn't Dipoto
schizophrenia.
resign him? I don't understand. 15 million.
Because they don't need him, man. They fucking sucked ass on offense, and he can't field. They're good. They are fine without old man Eugenio Suarez.
If they're 2 games out of first place in the AL West and Eugenio brings the fucking well, the Central doesn't even fucking count. I can't even believe we're talking about this. Central might as well be played in the fucking Pioneer League.
Sure, even though the Mets probably would also choke a playoff appearance in that league too. Division. Excuse me.
GMs in your division don't know if Luis Angel Acuna is a switch hitter or not.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, we're also questioning the Mets' current rotation at the moment, so
they have 7 pitchers on their team. That would be probably one of the best pitchers in Cardinals history. I mean, no.
That's what they say, but it's the
Mets.
Mets, so I think that it's technically like the Jets, where technically all hype, but nothing comes out of it in the end. And in September, where the ABS is so bad. Oh, I gotta make an excuse because my team is such a disappointment to baseball, and just absolutely a joke.
The Cardinals are gonna be picking at the top 2. I mean, they're the worst.
I'm cool with that.
Maybe
Hey, we're not in the middle. We have a direction. We have a direction of baseball. Meanwhile, you're just draining out all this Juan Soto money. Juan Soto's just getting paid to be on a shitty baseball team.
They have the money to do it. I mean, what? You don't want
Sure.
Soto?
Yeah, everyone gets paid to just miss the playoffs. You don't have to have World Series expectations. Just go and play baseball, get paid millions, and just be a disappointment to the Philadelphia Phillies.
Without missing it. Well, Philadelphia, I mean, they're struggle busting too.
Ahead of you, they're the better struggle bus team.
And we beat them the playoffs the year before.
And now we're going back to the past, just like I am over here. Yeah. Now we're in the same boat. Now I shake your hand just like the Titans and the Jets.
No.
We are aligned. Accept this at this point.
The Titans took the Jets scraps.
And we're gonna make it better. We're going to make it better. Meanwhile, you're worried about Madden ratings over here.
I'm not. No, I do think it is interesting. We'll see. I mean, Nick Howard's just trying to rage bait now. Glad to have him back on the show. I don't think that
4 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have anything to say to any of that because it was garbage. I mean, Markel Garcia would be the best outfielder in the Cardinals.
Markel Garcia?
Markel, yeah.
This is what happens when Howard gets on for 5 minutes. Everything just kind of falls apart. That's gonna be your podcast. We are live.
I call it elaborate chaos.
We go live every Sunday night. 7:30.
It was wrong.
9:30 Central, 7:30.